Hey everybody, welcome back to the CC Blade Tournament with Penguin Logistics here. I'm Hawk20, and we are on to Day 2. Day 1 went pretty well for the most part, especially among some of our lower levels, but nonetheless, I think we have a pretty good lineup for today as well. So let's go ahead and dive right back into things here and go ahead and look at some of the new EX contracts that will be coming for this particular map. Anyway, as we mentioned earlier, today is the second day of Contingency contract, and this is on New Street. Quite the interesting one here with the possessed soldiers and whatnot. Definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge, but not too bad overall. There are some pretty interesting contracts from the base CC that will make things pretty interesting. The reducing to only one barricade block is kind of a challenge alone. Nonetheless, we have 3 contracts to work with this one, and the first one is Printer Broke. As I've mentioned before, it is one that has actually generated a good number of laughs, but this one actually bans the use of Myrtle and Elysium from your party. Goodbye DP printers, hopefully you've got a good enough van card to get you up from the get-go and get the DP that you need. The second one is AFK mode. Now this particular challenge basically bans the use of any and all manual skills that operators have in their arsenal. There is a slight modification to this. You can bring in operators with manual skills, you just cannot use them. That is one of the kind of changes we've made in the end there. So you're still technically not using the manual skill if you just never activate it. So that's why we said, you know, that's not a bad point. I guess you could use an operator for who they are. There's a very few exceptions to this, so you might see a few of them pop in here now or then. But this is definitely going to be a challenge as, well, it kind of forced to use the autos for the vanguards, which some of them are alright. Depends on which operators you're using, but nonetheless, it's going to be a bit of a challenge there. Not to mention, a lot of the DPS classes lose their really good powerhouse skills for sure with that. But nonetheless, that is going to be a pretty good challenge for them to work with. The final contract is Husbando Party. This one definitely is going to be a bit of a struggle. Probably not too many people are going to pull this one off, whether or not they were in the contest or not. But this is specifically that all male operators must be in your party, or you can only use male operators in your party. We did go ahead and decide to make the robots gender neutral and include them in here, so you can use the 1-star robots as alongside all of the male operators. So that actually will make Chiave a bit more valuable in this particular instance if they happen to have them. So nonetheless, I also do want to mention that we also do have the 2 ongoing contracts. One of them is the one and only, which basically says that only one operator can be deployed on a tile at a time, meaning that it will be a one-man relay throughout the entire time if you decided to go that route. And the last one being Ain't No Rest for the Wicked, which this one surprisingly was used pretty heavily. Not bad at all, not bad by any means at all. But basically this one says that you have to be at 2 times the speed the entire time, and you cannot pause. If you happen to be on the character selection, waiting to do anything with moving characters or deploying them, you have to be very quick about it. You can't spend more than about 2 seconds in that bullet time scenario. So let's go ahead and get started. Just a quick reminder, as usual, if you are looking for a specific player to watch real quick, then here are the timestamps on screen real quick for your reference. And up first for today, we have Ikazuchi and Gaviel. He actually did pretty solid there. Nice risk 10 to work with, opting for a handful of the EX contracts, but he did hit a handful of the base contracts, specifically Last Line of Defense, the tile ban, and the material shortage, which pretty much only lets you use 1 roadblock. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and play this recording and just see how well he did. Enjoy, guys!
マップと敵座標の DMA 設定を適用しています。少々お待ちください。一気に型をつける。私の武器は誰にでも扱えるわけではない。ビクトリアの意志を言語にするは規律。ちょっとからかってあげようっと。貴様の生死は私が決める。承知した。意志を言語にするは規律。視界良好。戦場に出たからには 死ぬ覚悟決めろ。思考を明晰にするは戦術。治療の準備。どけ。わかりました。貴様の生死は私が決める。抹殺する。君たちのために地獄の一等地に部屋を用意しておいたから安心して行ってらっしゃい。戦場に出たから死ぬ覚悟決めろ。アーツの治療範囲に入れ。戦場に出たから死ぬ覚悟決めろ。アーツの治療範囲に入れ。私の武器は誰にでも扱えるわけではない。何やってんだ。
決まった。何時らが固執し武勇、何人も語り継ぐことかなわん。
心配無用だ。悪くない位置取りだね。ターゲットロックオン。悪くない位置取りです。心配無用だ。お役に立てそうですか。ディオポーレント。
It's getting a little dicey towards the end there, but thankfully he managed to pull it out. The damage between Silver Ash, Lapland, and Platinum managed to hold off against that last melee boy. But nonetheless, not a bad clear Ikazuchi. Good at risk 10 there. Alright, off next to Armadan with his Exia, and risk 20 clear. Definitely not bad at all, dude. Definitely not bad. Hitting a handful of the EX contracts, unable to do Husbando Party, but to be completely honest, I'd be surprised if everyone actually had enough male operators leveled for this particular challenge. But nonetheless, a risk 20 is still pretty solid. So let's go ahead and take a moment to watch the recording and see how well he did.
命令に従い出撃。バトンついてきて。進め。生命を救済し得る美しい。邪悪を壊滅しうるは勇猛さ。ロックンロール。この悲しいです。害虫だ。課題は皆さんは大丈夫ですか。縛られるつもりはない。 忘れたことはありません。諦める。
Took a little bit of time there at the end, especially with the high defense guy that Exia had to shoot through there for a bit. But nonetheless, hey, Shamir really starting to shine in this CC. Maybe it's just the contracts that we have particularly set up here, but nonetheless, she's really pulling some weight there with the heavy attack down that she does on that doll. Definitely showed against those melee boys for sure. But nonetheless, pretty standard textbook clear. Pretty solid one too. No major issues on it at all. So well done, Arma. And up next is Aloes with Lapland here. Now, Aloes here took a nice, well, it's also a risk 20, and pretty much the exact same setup as well, so hey, not bad. It's a pretty good clear. Risk 20 is still a very impressive setup to nail, so congratulations to Aloes on the risk 20 as well. Let's go ahead and take a moment to watch it through and see how well he did. God, W just likes to put landmines everywhere. Oh man, that skill is such a fun skill to use because even like it doesn't do anything until the enemies get there, and by that point it's like in this particular scenario it's actually really good because the stun's extremely helpful for buying a little extra time there. We'll also say it's unusual to see Angelina on S1. Not something I'm used to seeing for sure, but still I could definitely see that being pretty handy there, and it did work out pretty well. So congrats to Aloes for that pretty clean run. Nothing really to worry about there. Alright, up next is actually my run here. I decided to take things a little bit differently with how I approached the left side there. I did something very similar to Aloes, but in this particular scenario I used a different set of operators entirely. Also, I actually did have Chimera in play here. This entire CC is making me quite aware of just how nice she is, especially with how that doll just has such a massive debuff to it. But nonetheless, here's my run. Hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys in a little bit.
出発する。進め。思考を明晰にするは戦術。
腰抜け野郎が。
意志を堅固にするは規律。始めよう。邪悪を壊滅しうるは勇猛さ。
勝利か鹿だ。迎撃開始。
あんたたちの恨みいただくね。意志を堅固にするは規律。おいきモルテ。ちょっとからかってあげようっと。生命を救済しうるは慈しみ。
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。
警戒態勢を維持します。じゃあ行ってくる。遅すぎる。ロックンロール。私からは敵が見えるけど向こうからは残念だったね。遅すぎる。進め。苦しみを忘れて。命令を了解した。チェーンチを堅固にするは規律。
あなたは私がお守りします。
一発で仕留めます。意志を堅固にするは規律。アップルパイ。
心配しないで。心配しないで。心配しないで。
ご指示を。
待ち伏せ準備できた。
テクニックを使えば
これくらいだ。雷鳴よ、轟け。もう逃げ場ない。
もう家には帰れないよ。
苦しみを忘れたことはありません。バッタを一発で仕留めます。心配しないで。早く。バラージュ。心配しないで。
Can definitely say that I am glad that I've ETU'd both Greythroat and Platinum there. Made some major advantages for me in the CC so far. I definitely look forward to seeing how much more they can really help out. But nonetheless, up next is Kiyoshi with a Risk 20 as well. We got a good number of Risk 20s on this day. Props to everyone who manages to pull that one off. Anyway, here is the run. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in a few.
全員規律はしっかり守ってもらう。バッタを腰抜け野郎が。
ビクトリアの意志を言語にするは規律。気をつけて行動しますね。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。ご指示。
やってやるってんだ。
ついてきて。
誰一人通すものか。
温度安定しています。ディオポーネント。火事には気をつけてください。このピンチを乗り越えよう。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。行ってきます。ダダダダダ。
バッタ
ロックンロール。温度安定しています。
黙っていろ。
怪我人はおとなしくしていなさい。このピンチを乗り越えよう。バーン。獲物め、動くな。私の得意技を見せてあげる。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。
You know, it definitely is unique to see Ceylon for sure. Don't see her that often in play, so it's definitely nice to see a little bit of a change in the lineup there, especially with the medic that doesn't usually get much time out in the spotlight here. So, nonetheless, really good clear from your Kiyoshi. Congratulations, dude. Keep it up. Alright, up next is Ming. I still feel like I'm gonna butcher the name. He had a nice little standard risk 8 clear here. Nothing too unusual for sure, but I know that he is definitely interested in starting to look into the EX contracts. But for the most part, I think this is going to be a pretty solid clear for him. So let's go ahead and take some time, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
全員規律はしっかり守ってもらう。
ドクター、ここっていい景色だね。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
一気に型をつける。貴様の生死は私が決める。
着地成功、ご心配なく。わあ、リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。私たちならできます。はい。
オッケー。
アーツユニットチャージ中。バッテリーこっちが。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
準備はできたか？前に進むぞ。
時間をかけるつもりはない。
すぐに終わる。
バッテリーフル、いつでも行けます。マイクロ波増幅。
私が行こう。
本気で行くよ。
すぐに終わる。
祝福を。待ちこないで。
この程度で止まると思うの？
バッテリーマイクロ波増幅。
繁栄か。
視界良好。わあ、リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
苦しみを忘れたことはありません。
この辺温度が低すぎるかな。
あなたは私
題名よ。多少の犠牲はいとわない。
分かった。動き回るな。そうすればお互い手間が省けるだろう。
この程度で止まると思うの？
整いました。我らが神よ、お聞きください。題名よ。もちろん。
この程度で止まると思うの？
一発で仕留めます。
苦しみを。
多少の犠牲はいとわない。整いました。
すぐに終わる。
題名よ、轟け。多少の犠牲はいとわない。聖なる鈴の根にその鎧は朽ち果てる。
無駄だ。
苦しみを忘れたことはありません。
題名よ、轟け。医療プロセス開始します。バッテリーフル、いつでも。私ですか？多少の犠牲はいとわない。
こんなの。
題名よ、轟け。整いました。この力こそ聖なるカランドからの賜り物。 バッテリー付近の犠牲はいとわない。
この程度で止まると思うな。
整いました。わかりました。チャージ。
命令を。
エリートオペレーター。
この程度で止まると思うな。
ビクトリアのバグパイプ波状棒とともに参る。
Oh man, seeing all of those barricades definitely it shows how much fun it can be on this map with just having constant barricades, so you can make this like little zigzag formation, almost like a gauntlet to a degree, and have some good fun with that. But anyway, Miang, thanks for the nice, lovely 8 clear there. Congrats, and hopefully you, well, we'll see how you can do the EX contracts once you start diving into those for sure. So, up next on the roster here is Yayman with his Silver Ash. Did pretty good for himself there. Definitely not gonna have too much of a trouble there. I think it's a risk 17 if I'm calculating all this correctly. But hey, that's a pretty solid run for sure. Congrats on that one. Now let's take a moment and check out the run itself. See you in a bit.
No mana. You have no mana, bitch. You have no mana! Let's do this.
出発する。一気に型をつける。貴様の生死は私が決める。私の武器は誰にでも扱えるわけではない。ただ一瞬です。戦場に出たからには死ぬ覚悟を決めろ。こんなの簡単だ。私の武器は誰にでも扱えるわけではない。害虫の苦しみを忘れたことはありません。待ち伏せ。あなたは私の武器は誰にでも扱えるわけではない。頑張ろうね。空を舞う感覚味わってみない？苦しみを忘れたことはありません。ロックンロール。了解した。どこかに行け。私の武器は誰にでも扱えるわけではない。
戦場に出たからには死ぬ覚悟を決めろ。準備はできたか？いけー！苦しみを忘れたことはありません。戦場に出たからには死ぬ覚悟を決めろ。戦場に出たからには死ぬ覚悟を決めろ。
どれもサプライズ付きだから好きに選んでね。
準備はできたか？ここからは一歩も引かない。あなたは私がお守りします。
私の得意技を見せてあげる。大当たりを引くのは誰かしらね。大当たりを引くのは誰かしらね。
こんなの悲しいです。
ディオポーレント。
Mission accomplished.
You know, I usually do not see these guys being the last ones standing there. It's very unusual to see that. But, hey, nice, solid risk 17 there, Yayman. Definitely some good work in there for sure. Alright, up next, and the 8th person to go is Kikinok. And he is really off to a good start, my goodness. Going from a 2 risk in the last day to now a 4. Holy crap, man. Keep it up. You are definitely starting to kick some butt here for sure. Anyway, let's go ahead and see how he did in his run. I'll see you guys in a bit.
みんなが一緒なら大丈夫だよ。
ここを死守します。
戦闘態勢に入ります。
繁栄か、あるいは滅びか。かしこまりました。心配しないで。
他の人はついてこれる。
苦しみを忘れたことはありません。やるぞ。心配しないで。
とからかってあげようっと。
やるのかやるのか。
おバカ。
こんなの悲しいです。準備完了。苦しみを忘れたことはありません。
はい。了解しました。目標地点に到着しました。
こんなの悲しいです。あなたは私がお守りします。
カーエネルギーに気をつけてね。
作戦は大地の力を。心配しないで。
ドクター、私はここに。あなたの考えはお見通しですよ。
苦しみを忘れたことはありません。さあ、あと少し。
はいはい、私が何とかします。
苦しみを忘れたことはありません。こんなの悲しいです。ここ。こんなの悲しいです。
無駄無駄。勇気をください。皆さんが私のことを信じてくれてますから。
そこに立つべきじゃなかった。
ロックンロール。
あなたは私がお守りします。
はい、カーエネルギーに気をつけて。
遅すぎる。心配しないで。
ドクター。はーい。
やるぞ。承知しており。あなたは私がお守りします。
行きます。
ああ、分かった。こんなの悲しいです。お手並み拝見と行こうか。
遅い。どこに行けばいいですか。よーし。おす。
あなたは私がお守りします。
おバカさんたち、僕が相手だよ。
心配しないで。
わかりました。
心配しないで。
Mission accomplished.
Nice use of the barricade there to cause a redirect. Definitely is not something I expect at that early of a stage for sure. But very, very, very good call there to force them to redirect back upwards and right into your additional peeps there. Poor Beagle taking on everyone at the end there. Thankfully she got some backup at the end. The dog pile made that all the more hilarious at the end. So nonetheless, Kikinok, great run, dude. Keep it up. Four risk already. It's only day 2, man. You're on your way to hitting an 8 eventually. If you can manage an 8, that'd be awesome, dude. Keep it up. Alright, up next is Frost Phoenix as Bagpipe. And, well, not really a bad run at all. Definitely pretty solid for sure. My goodness, I think this is, if I'm understanding correctly, that should be a, what, 17? I think that's a 17? Yeah, that's a 17. Just looking at my notes real quickly here, but hey, 17 risk, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and see how his run went.
Kiyoshi operator の基準は厳しいよ。私の動きについてきて。面倒だな。
バットン。どけ。腰抜け野郎が。
ビクトリアのバグパイプ、波状棒とともにマイル。任せて。
一気にかかってこい。
ついてきて。意志を堅固にするは規律。警戒態勢を維持します。アップルパイ。
ただ一瞬です。
生命を救済しうるは慈しみ。お。この辺温度が低すぎるかな。一発で仕留めます。
こんなの悲しいです。
命令をこっそりどこかに行っちゃうかも。あら3つ数える間に投稿のチャンスをあげる。さあ一発で仕留めます。3つ数える間に投稿のチャンスをあげる。さあ飛べ。誰もサプライズ付きだから好きに選んでね。飛べ。怪我はさせません。
何しらの愛、我が意向にかき消されたり。
この力どうか受け止めてください。進め。怪我はさせません。一気に型をつける。
腰抜け野郎が。あなたは私がお守りします。
私がお守りします。
害虫が。こんなの
Mission accomplished.
悲しいです。
Scuffed.
Ooh. So, yeah, I think Scuffed actually kind of fits that. Hey, it's alright though. A win's a win, dude. That was a little rocky at the end, but hey, it worked out in the long run. Unfortunately, it was the operators were knocked out there, but hey, hey, you won. That's what matters, all right? So, good job, Frost. Keep it up, bud. And on to the final person. This time it is Uwu, and these guys are liking to edit their videos all of this, so I'll go ahead and let his edited version go. So enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in a few.
先輩、私たちのことは気にせず一気に型をつける。どけ。バッタウン。アーツユニットチャーター待っている。ビクトリアのバグパイプ波状棒とともにマイル。意志を堅固にするは規律。貴様の生死は私が決める。ご指示を。警戒態勢を維持します。貴様の生死は私が決める。繁栄かあるいは滅びか心配しないで。ついてきて。頑張ります。どけ。こんなの悲しいです。
Why you bully me?
命令を。私の武器は誰にでも扱えるわけではない。温度は安定しています。戦場に出たからには死ぬ覚悟を決めろ。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。どけ。邪悪を壊滅しうる入門さ。貴様のペースは私が決める。これでそうです。私の武器は誰にでも扱えるわけではない。始めよう。温度安定しています。
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
Nope.
Okay.
You triggered my trap card!
I got you, homie.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
勝つためなら何でもやるけど。
Oh god, it's always funny to watch when they get like that close to getting to the end and they just they don't make it. It's just funny. Oh god. Anyway, Jin was unable to submit once more. I know he has actually started submitting now, so in a couple of days you'll see some footage from him, so it'll be exciting to finally be able to see that. But nonetheless, it's just going to be a few more days before he actually starts to show up here in terms of the submissions. But nonetheless, a pretty solid day for pretty much everyone involved today. So, we do have our usual accolades that we do at the end of a particular day here. I guess to be completely honest here, one of them is pretty obvious, and that is missed it by that much. Going to Uwu for that freaking ending, my... Oh god. It takes a serious amount of like trust to like want to do that. I probably would have panicked looking at that right there. That's just me though. That is just me. We will go ahead and keep it one from the first day, which was the most unique operators that were actually used in their particular operations, and we had a tie again. Ming taking a pretty good second one here with his use of Glaucus. That stun from the counter EMP definitely does have some pretty good uses to it for sure. However, I will also say that the other winner here for this is Kiyoshi with the use of Ceylon. As I said earlier, I've not really seen Ceylon used, so it's very interesting to see someone actually bring her out to play for sure. The final accolade. Well, that worked. I think this one's pretty obvious too, considering he said scuffed at the end of his run. This one goes to Frost Phoenix. But hey, a win is a win. I can't deny it. But it is still a funny award to kind of give as the end there. So anyway, that is going to be all for day 2. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Day 3 will be coming up very, very, very soon. And there is going to be some pretty interesting contracts to work with there. Not to mention, it's Desolate Desert. I hate that map so much. I think everyone hates that map so much. I probably am not wrong when I say that everyone hates this map. Maybe. I hope. Well, okay, East Armory is pretty bad too, but Desolate Desert. Ugh. And especially with some of the contract combinations that are coming up, not necessarily the EX ones, just per se more of the base CC risks that are coming up. Those are gonna be some, I guess, spicy runs to say the least. So look forward to that when the video comes out. But until then, we will see you guys all again in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all again real soon.